This call is now being recorded.
Okay, so good afternoon all. So in the last lecture we have started the problems based on the first type of beam, that is we have started the numericals based on the simply supported beam. So in the last lecture we have finished one problem, or we have drawn one SFD and BMD for one of the simply supported beam. And if you remind that particular problem, that is one simply supported beam is there, and that simply supported beam is subjected to the 2-point loads which is applied in the downward direction. And as per the sign conventions, whatever we are considered, that is in case of a simply supported beam, the SFD and BMD, we have to start from the left side. That means whatever the shear force calculation we have done, whatever bending moment calculation we have done, that both the calculations we have started from the left side of the beam. This is the first requirement. Then second requirement is that as per the sign conventions, that is whatever the forces or whatever the reactions, if they are moving in the downward direction, so that will be considered it as a negative, and the forces or the reaction which are moving in upward direction, that we have taken positive. Similarly, we have taken the bending moment also, or we have taken the moment which is also called as a couple. If your moment or couple, if it is rotate in the clockwise direction, then we have to take it as a positive. If your couple or if your moment it is in anti-clockwise direction, that we have taken it as a negative. So based on these particular sign conventions, in the last lecture we have started one numerical for the simply supported beam, in which the beam is subjected to the 2-point loads. Now in the today's lecture, again we'll solve some variety of the problems in which the beam is subjected to the point load, or beam is subjected to the UDL, beam is subjected to the couple. So whatever the UVL problems are there, many times that UVL problems are not asked in the examination, but as a sample, one problem also we will take based on the UVL. Okay, so now this is the second problem in front of you. That is, what is the statement given? Draw SFD and BMD for the simply supported beam of length 9 meter. So whatever the simply supported beam is given, its length is 9 meter and carrying UDL of 10 kilonewton per meter. The unit of the UDL is given 10 kilonewton per meter. Okay, for the distance 6 meter from the left end. The total length of the beam is 9 meter, but whatever the UDL is applied, it is applied for the 6 meter distance from the left end of that particular beam. Full stop. Also calculate maximum bending moment on the section. So during that particular calculation, whatever the maximum bending moment value is there, that maximum bending value also we have to calculate. Means we have to indicate the point of contra shear where the shear force is 0 in shear force diagram. But if I will observe the same point in the bending moment diagram, that bending moment will be maximum. So that maximum bending moment value also we have to calculate. Now according to the statement here, I will draw the figure first. That is one simply supported means it is supported at the two ends only, and this is point A, this is point B. The total length of the beam is 9 meter as per the statement given. This is the total length. Okay, now this particular beam is subjected to the UDL, so the UDL is applied. The UDL is applied at how much distance? The 6 meter from the left end. So this point A is present at the left side. From this particular point A, the 6 meter UDL is applied, and this point will be considered as a point C. That means from point A to this particular point C, that distance represents the 6 meter distance, and in between that AC, the UDL is applied. The magnitude of UDL is also given 10 kilonewton meter. Okay, so this is the magnitude of UDL. And what we have to do? We have to draw the shear force diagram, and we have to draw the bending moment diagram, and also we have to go for the calculation of maximum bending moment. Now in this particular beam, the beam is supported at the two ends. That means the reaction RA at the left side, the reaction RB at the right side, and the beam is subjected to the only one load, which is called as a UDL. There is no any point load. There is no any point load, there is no any couple, there is no any UVL, only the beam is subjected to the UDL of 10 kilonewton meter. Now it is not possible to take this particular 10 kilonewton meter value as it is for the further calculation. So what is our requirement? Whatever the UDL is given, that UDL we have to convert into point load. That UDL we have to convert into the point load. So we are having the formula point load from UDL is equal to W into length. Okay, so W means 10. Length of the UDL, how much amount of length is given? Only 6 meter. That is 60 kilonewton. That means whatever the value of the UDL is given and whatever the span is given, span of UDL, by using the formula UDL point load from the UDL, that is W is the 10 kilonewton meter, length is given 6 meter, 10 into 6, it is the 60. Now that 60 kilonewton load is applied at the center of that particular 6 meter. For example, let's see, this is point A once again, this is point B once again, this is the total length of the beam 9 meter, then this is point C, the AC distance is given 6 meter, but this AC distance, it is subjected to the UDL, and that UDL we have converted into the point load, and whatever the point load we have obtained from the UDL, it is always acts at the center. What is the center of this particular 6 meter? 3 meter from the A distance, 3 meter from the C distance or C point. So here I will represent that particular 60 kilonewton force by the dotted line. That means this is 3 meter and this is 3 meter. So this is the second loading diagram. The first diagram represents the beam is subjected to the UDL. The second diagram represents whatever the UDL is given, that UDL is converted into the point load by using the formula W into L. So you will get the point load value as a 60 kilonewton. But we have to represent that particular 60 kilonewton on the beam also. Therefore, when we are converting the UDL into the point load, it will be acts at the center of the span. On how much amount of length the UDL is applied? Only 6 meter. So what is the center point of the 6 meter? 3 meter distance from the A point and 3 meter distance from the C point. That means 3 meter, 3 meter. Okay, this additional point I will consider it as a capital P. This is the new point which we have developed. A point is the original, B point is the original, C point is also original point, but whatever this point P is there, this point P is called as a new point which represents the UDL converted into the point load. So like that we have to go for the conversion of the load, that means UDL is converted into the point load, and that point load we have represented on the figure. Now I have to go for the SF and the BM calculation, but before that, once again I will draw that particular figure because we have to draw the SFD and BMD also. So this is the point load which is 60 kilonewton. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C. The total length is 9 meter. This is 3 meter. This is 3 meter. That means exactly at the center, the 60 kilonewton point load is applied. Now I will take this particular lines as it is. Okay, so these are the lines, projection lines I have taken in the downward direction, because SFD and BMD will be represented below the loading diagram only. So this particular diagram is called as a loading diagram. Now before the SF and BM calculation, the first requirement is that reaction calculation. Reaction calculation. So the summation of vertical forces, we are considering only vertical forces. Summation of FP is equal to 0. How many forces are applied on this particular beam? Two reactions are there. That is reaction RA and reaction RB. These two reactions are moving in the upward direction, and one point load is there. Means we have converted UDL into the point load, and that converted UDL into the point load is acting in the downward direction. So summation of vertical forces means I will take RA first, positive RA because it is moving in upward direction, minus the 60 kilonewton moving in the downward direction, therefore minus 60. Then I have taken the effect of RB plus RB because it is moving in the upward direction, which is equal to 0. That means RA minus 60 plus RB is equal to 0, means RA plus RB is equal to 60 kilonewton. This is the equation number 1. Summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. Now here RE is also unknown, RB is also unknown. So what I will do? The moment at point A is equal to 0. That is summation of MA. Summation means total moment. Capital M represents the moment. At which point I have to take the moment? I have to take the moment at point A. That means summation of MA is equal to 0. Now, this is point A, which is present at the left side. Okay. Now, to the right side of this particular point A, how many forces are present? To the right side of this particular point A, how many forces are present? 160 kilonewton force is there, which is applied in the downward direction. This is one force.
RB.
And RB, this is also one of the force. जरी ती रिएक्शन असली तरी पण तो एक प्रकारचा काय फोर्स आहे. That 60 kilonewton is moving in the downward direction, and this RB, it is moving in the upward direction. And if I will resolve this particular 60 kilonewton towards point A, it is rotating in the clockwise direction. See, if 60 kilonewton I am resolving towards point A, this 60 kilonewton will rotate in clockwise direction. Therefore, I have to consider that movement as a positive. But this RB is rotate in the anti-clockwise direction to this particular point A. Therefore, RB I have to take it as a negative. First of all, I will take the first one, that is 60. It is rotating clockwise. Therefore, 60 into the distance between this point P and A.
3.
How much distance is there? 3 meter distance is there. Therefore, 60 into 3 plus 60 into 3 because rotate in clockwise direction, minus in bracket RB into distance between point A and point B.
9.
Total distance is given 9 meter. So RB into 9 is equal to 0. So 60 into 3, you will get 180 is equal to RB into 9. Left side, it is negative. If I will take to the right side, it becomes positive. Therefore, you will get the RB is equal to 180 divided by 9. What is the value?
20.
RB is equal to 20 kilonewton.
RA is equal to 40.
And we are having one more formula. RA plus RB is equal to 60 kilonewton. Therefore, RA plus 20 is equal to 60. Therefore, RA is equal to 60 minus 20 is equal to 40 kilonewton. So, RA is equal to 40 kilonewton and RB is equal to 20 kilonewton. You can make the addition. The forces which are moving in the downward direction is equal to summation of forces which are moving in upward direction. The forces which are moving in the downward direction, how many forces are there which are moving in the downward direction? 60 kilonewton. How many forces are moving in upward direction? One RA 40 kilonewton, one RB 20 kilonewton, 40 plus 20, again 60. That means your condition is properly balanced. The forces which are moving in the downward direction is equal to summation of forces which are moving in the upward direction. म्हणजे खाली जाणाऱ्या फोर्सेसची बेरीज इज इक्वल टू वर जाणाऱ्या फोर्सेसची बेरीज जर सेम आली असेल तर तुमचं रिएक्शन कॅल्क्युलेशन केलेलं काय असणार आहे? बरोबर असणार आहे. बघा, खाली जाणाऱ्या फोर्सेसची बेरीज किती आहे? फक्त एकच फोर्स आहे, तो म्हणजे कुठला? 60 किलोन्यूटन. पण वर जाणारे फोर्सेस किती आहेत? दोन, एक 40 किलोन्यूटनचा, एक 20 किलोन्यूटनचा. 40 अधिक 20, 60. That means your condition is properly balanced. Now the reactions are calculated. Now go for the SF calculation. Second, SF calculation. Start from left side. Start from left side. The forces which are moving upward, positive. The forces which are moving downward, it will be negative. Now start from the left side. Shear force at point A. Shear force at A. But I have told, wherever the reactions are present, wherever the point loads are present, at that point I have to calculate the shear force two times. One is without load and another is with load. Please keep in mind, at any point, if point load is applied or any reaction is there, at that particular point we have to calculate the shear force two times. One is for the without load, another is for the with load. Now first of all, without load, shear force at point A without load, what is the magnitude? Without load, 0 kilonewton. Then shear force at A with load, yes, what is the value? Shear force at A with load 40, because we have calculated the reaction at point A. Where it is moving? It is moving in upward direction, therefore plus 40 kilonewton. Okay, then shear force at, now go to the figure. Don't take the shear force at this particular point P. Whatever the point load I have represented, 60 kilonewton, don't calculate the shear force at P. This is the point which we have represented. हा point P काय केलेला आहे तो आपण रिप्रेझेंट केलाय आपल्या अंडरस्टँडिंग साठी. What we have done, we have converted UDL into the point load, and that UDL point load we have represented at this particular point P, that means center of the 6 meter distance. But this is not a original point which is given in the figure. In this particular loading diagram, only 3 important points are there, that is point A, point C and point B. That means we have to go for the SF and BM calculation for point A, for point C and for point B only. Don't go for the calculation of SF and BM at the particular point P. ते फक्त आपल्या अंडरस्टँडिंग साठी तो point P आपण काय केलेला आहे दाखवलाय. Therefore after point A, directly I will go for the SF calculation at point C. But you can see in the figure, at point C there is no any point load, so need not required to take without load condition and with load condition, only shear force at C. Directly I have written. Wherever the point loads and UDLs are there, I am using the two words without load and with load. But in the original loading diagram at point C, nothing, any point load is applied. This point is totally free. Therefore, only I have to write down the statement shear force at point C. Now, please tell me how many loads are present to the left side of this particular point C. How many forces are present to the left side of the point C? Two forces are present. Which are those? One reaction RA, which is moving in the upward direction, and another is 60 kilonewton force. एक 40 किलोन्यूटनचा फोर्स आहे तो C च्या लेफ्ट साइडलाच आहे. सिमिलरली वन पॉइंट लोड 60 kilonewton म्हणजेच कुठला UDL आपण पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलेला आहे. That means that 60 kilonewton is also present at the left side. So I will take the first one, 40. It is positive because it is moving in the upward direction. 60, it is moving in the downward direction, therefore minus 60. So you will get the answer minus 20 kilonewton. Now point C is over. Now SF at C, sorry, last SF at B, you can see in the B, again the reaction is there, that means we have to take the without load and with load. So first, without load. How many forces are present to the left side of the point B?
2.
Again, 2 forces are present, which are again 40 kilonewton, again 60 kilonewton. So I can take this minus 20 kilonewton as it is, no problem. But once again, 40 minus 60 is equal to minus 20 kilonewton. And last, SF at B with load. SF at B with load. This minus 20 as it is and plus 20 means this 20 kilonewton is moving in the upward direction. Therefore, minus 20, it is coming from the without load condition, plus 20, the original 20 kilonewton RB we have calculated, you will get the answer 0 kilonewton. You can say at the start and at the end, your answer will be 0. You can see shear force at point A without load, 0 kilonewton. Shear force at point B with load, 0. That means your starting is with 0. Your end is also 0. That means whatever middle calculation we have done, it is 100% correct. Now, from this particular calculation, I will draw the shear force diagram. This is point A, this is point C, and this is point B. First point, shear force at point A without load means 0. This is the horizontal line. It represents the 0 line. Then shear force at A with load plus 40. Here I will indicate 40 kilonewton. So I will join this particular 0 point and 40 kilonewton point. Then shear force at point C directly minus 20 kilonewton. So point C means here your point C is there. At the top of this particular line, this is the positive region, and below this particular point C, this is the negative region. The shear force at point C, how much? Minus 20. So I will indicate the minus 20 here. So this is minus 20 kilonewton, and I will join this particular both the points by the inclined line. You can see here, these are the 2 points which I have joined by the inclined lines. Then shear force at point B without load, again minus 20. So I will continue this minus 20 line as it is up to the point B. So this point is also minus 20 kilonewton, and the shear force at point B with load 0 kilonewton. So this is 0 line, and this is your shear force diagram. This is the positive, this is the negative, and here you will get one new point in between AC distance. You will get this particular new point. This point I will call it as a Q. Now which point is there? Please tell me which point is there? Point Q represents
Point of contrast shear.
point of contrast shear. What is the point of contrast shear? It is the point at which shear force changes its sign from positive to negative or from negative to positive. You can see in the figure, from positive your shear force diagram will be enters into the negative at this particular point Q. Therefore this point is called as a point of contrast shear. This is the first definition. And the point of contrast shear, it is the point at which shear force is 0. You can see this point Q is present on this particular horizontal line. Therefore this is also called as a point of contrast shear. Point of contrast shear. Okay, but we don't have any distance. AQ distance we don't know, QC distance we don't know. So now here I will consider this AQ distance as a X. AQ distance as a X, and this QC distance, because AC distance we are having, AC is a distance माहिती आहे, A to C means your UDL is there. AC distance 6 मीटर आपल्याला माहित आहे. तर this QC distance means 6 minus X. त्या टोटल 6 डिस्टन्स मधून जर आपण हे X डिस्टन्स जर सबस्ट्रॅक्ट केलं तर हे तुमचं QC डिस्टन्स किती राहणार आहे? 6 minus X. And this is the X distance which is called as a AQ, because while calculating maximum bending moment, because you can see here in this particular figure in SFD you will get the point of contrast shear in which the shear force is 0, but at this particular same point Q the bending moment will be maximum in this particular bending moment diagram. Therefore I have to calculate this particular X distance first, and then only I have to go for the BM calculation. Okay, now I have to calculate the X distance. So here I can use the similar triangle rule. So we can see here, so whatever this particular nature is there, I will draw here as it is. That similar triangle rule is there. So whatever the nature I have obtained from A to C, you can see in this particular figure also SFD. From A to C, whatever the triangle we have got from the positive region and one triangle for the negative region, I have drawn as it is. This is 0 point, this is point A, this is point Q, and this is point C. This is the 40 kilonewton force, and this is minus 20 kilonewton force. So this is the X distance, this is the 6 minus X distance. I have to calculate the X distance. So here I have to apply the similar triangle rule. So how to calculate that particular X distance? So you can see here, X upon 40 is equal to 6 minus x upon 20. I have taken from the figure. X is present, equidistance, x upon 40. It will be applicable for this particular triangle number 1. And similarly, the triangle which is present in the negative region, this is triangle number 2. And what I have taken, 6 minus x divided by 20. Maje, distance upon this particular magnitude of first triangle is equal to distance 6 minus x divided by its magnitude. Don't take the negative sign of the minus 20 kilonewton. You have to take this 20 kilonewton as it is. If I will go for the cross multiplication, बघा ह्या दोन्हीचं जर मी क्रॉस मल्टिप्लिकेशन केलं तर काय येईल, 20x is equal to 40 in bracket 6 minus x. Okay, then 20x as it is, 40 into 60, 240 minus 40x. Okay, now this 20x minus 40x. So 20x, this minus 40x I have taken to the left side. It becomes 40x is equal to 240. X I have taken outside the bracket. So 20 plus 40 is equal to 240. Remaining part here I will write. Therefore, x is equal to 240 upon 60. So what will be the x distance?
4.
X is equal to
40.
4 meter. Okay, so I will represent that particular 4 meter distance as it is. That is AQ distance is equal to 4 meter. Here also I will write x is equal to 4 meter. Why we have to calculate that particular distance? Because while calculating the maximum bending moment, ह्या पॉइंट Q ला जी बेंडिंग मोमेंटची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे, 100% मॅक्सिमम असणार आहे. कारण आपली डेफिनेशन सांगते आहे जिथं शेअर फोर्स 0 असतो त्याच पॉइंटला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काय असतो, मॅक्सिमम असतो. मग ह्या पॉइंट Q ला जर आपल्याला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढायचा असेल तर त्यासाठी आपल्याला हे AQ डिस्टन्स म्हणजे हे एक्स डिस्टन्स आपल्याला काय करावं लागतं, फाइंड आउट करावं लागतो. सो हाऊ टू कॅल्क्युलेट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर डिस्टन्स, दॅट AC region from this particular point A to from this particular point C, whatever the two triangles are there, that two triangles I have taken as it is. X upon 40, similar triangle rule. X upon 40 is equal to 6 minus x upon 20. Don't take the negative sign, only 20 I have taken. And by the cross multiplication, what I have done, I have calculated the x distance. Now represent that particular x distance on this particular original figure also. Okay, represent that particular Q point in the shear force diagram and their AQ distance also as x as a 4 meter. Now we have to start the BM calculation. So third point, BM calculation. If start from the left side, if your movement is positive, sorry, clockwise, take it as a positive. If your movement is anti-clockwise, take it as a negative. Start from the first point. Bending moment at point A. What will be the value? Please tell me. Bending moment at A.
0.
0. Please keep in mind, whenever we are doing the BM calculation, at the end points of the beam, always bending moment is 0. So need not require to go for any calculation part. Directly bending moment at point A, 0, bending moment at point B, 0, because point A and point B, it represents the end points of the simply supported beam. So bending moment at point A, 0 kilonewton meter. Then bending moment at C, don't take the bending moment at this particular point P. हा पॉइंट फक्त आपण दाखवण्यासाठी इंडिकेट केलेला आहे. जे काही UDL आपण कन्वर्ट केलेला आहे ते UDL पॉइंट लोड, UDL चा पॉइंट लोड दाखवण्यासाठी आपण फक्त हा पॉइंट P काय केलेला आहे, इंडिकेट केलेला आहे. दिस इज नॉट ए ओरिजिनल पॉइंट. डायरेक्टली आफ्टर पॉइंट A you have to take the point C only. So bending moment at point C, how many forces are present to the left side? At point C, 2 forces are present, which are 140 kilonewton force and another 60 kilonewton force. So this 40 kilonewton force is rotate in the clockwise direction to the point C. हा RA जर मला पॉइंट C ला जर रिझॉल्व करायचा असेल आणि तो जर वरच्या बाजूने जर रोटेट केला तर तो कसा होणार आहे, क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन. बट दिस 60 kilonewton force, it is rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. So what I will do, I will start with the first point, that is 40 into the distance between point A and C, 3 plus 3, 6 meter. It is positive, 40 into 60, positive, minus point load 60 into हा UDL चा पॉइंट बरोबर सेंटरला ऍक्ट झालाय, 60 into 3 is equal to, tell me the value. 40 into 60 minus 60 into 30. What will be the BM value?
60.
60 kilonewton meter. Okay. Now, BM at B, end point is there, directly 0 kilonewton. These are the BM calculation for the original point, for point A, for point C, and for point B. But you got one more point which is called as a point Q, and at this particular point Q, your shear force is 0, but at that particular point your bending moment will be always maximum. Therefore, how to calculate the maximum bending moment? Let us see. Maximum BM calculation at Q. Maximum BM calculation at Q. Therefore, BM at Q is equal to. Now, please tell me, Q point is present here. Okay. To the left side of this particular point Q, how many forces are present?
1.
Not 1.
2.
2 forces are present. कसा आता बघा, एक तर रिएक्शन RA 100% it is present at the left side, but on this particular AQ distance your UDL is also there. बघा UDL ची मॅग्निट्यूड आपली कुठून कुठपर्यंत आहे, फ्रॉम पॉइंट A to from point C. That means AC distance represents the UDL distance. Okay, but in between this particular A and Q, again your UDL is present. That means जसं point C ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना आपण टोटल UDL कन्सिडर केला 60 किलोन्यूटनचा, तसंच ह्या पॉइंट Q ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना जे काय एकी डिस्टन्स 4 मीटर आहे, त्या 4 मीटर UDL चा पण आपल्याला डिस्टन्स काय करायचं आहे, कन्सिडर करायचं आहे. मग बघा हे AQ डिस्टन्स म्हणजे ह्याच्यावर पण तुमचं UDL आहे, कारण Q पॉइंट इज प्रेझेंट इन बिटवीन पॉइंट A and C. Means whatever the UDL of 10 kilonewton is there, same magnitude will be applied on the AQ distance, but इथं पॉइंट लोड पण कन्वर्ट करताना आपण 60 kilonewton, because 10 into 60, 3 meter, 3 meter. Okay, but in between AQ distance, if I have to convert that particular UDL into the point load, let us see here. This is the dotted line which represents the UDL is converted into the point load. 10 kilonewton meter, this value will be applicable for any distance. On how much amount of span UDL is applied? 4 meter. Therefore, 10 into 4 is equal to 40 kilonewton. And at what distance? 2 meter from the point A and 2 meter from the point Q. जसं point C ला काढताना 10 into 60, we have taken 60 kilonewton, and it is applied at the center, means 3 meter distance from point A, 3 meter distance from the point C. Similarly, while calculating the bending moment at point Q, the 4 meter UDL is also present to the left side of the point Q. जसं point C ला bending moment काढताना आपण 6 मीटरचा UDL कन्सिडर केला, म्हणजे 10 into 6, 60 kilonewton. तसंच ह्या पॉइंट Q ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना ह्या पॉइंट Q च्या लेफ्ट साइडला किती मीटरचा UDL आहे, तर 4 मीटर. म्हणजे आपण जे काही एक्स डिस्टन्स काढलेला आहे ते म्हणजे तुमचं 4 मीटर आहे. म्हणजे त्या AQ वर पण तुमचा UDL काय झालेला आहे, ऍक्टिव्ह झालेला आहे. मग त्या 4 मीटरच्या UDL जर आपण पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलं, लेंथ किती आहे, 4 मीटर, मॅग्निट्यूड किती आहे, 10 into 4, 40 kilonewton. जसं 6 मीटर मध्ये 3 मीटर इकडच्या बाजूने 3 मीटरच्या इकडच्या बाजूने ऍक्ट झाला, तसंच ह्या AQ डिस्टन्स मध्ये 4 मीटर इज द टोटल स्पॅन, 2 meter from the point A and 2 meter from the point Q. That means the 2 point loads are present to the left side of the Q. जसं पॉइंट सी ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना पण आपण दोनच फोर्सेस धरले, एक म्हणजे कुठला 40 किलोन्यूटन आणि हा मोठा युडीएल ज्याची मॅग्निट्यूड 6 किलोन्यूटन आहे. सिमिलरली पॉइंट क्यू ला पण काढताना हा 40 किलोन्यूटन तर आहेच, पण एक युडीएल पण आहे, पण त्याची लेंथ किती आहे 4 मीटर. So here while calculating maximum bending moment we have to take the bending moment at point Q. So this 40 kilonewton, it is rotated in the clockwise direction, and this 40 kilonewton, one more UDL which is converted into the point load, it is rotated in the anti-clockwise direction. Now take the moment at point Q. So the first reaction RA into what will be the multiplying distance from the figure? Please tell me. RA into what is the multiplying distance? Point Q ला आपण बेंडिंग मोमेंट घेतोय. Reaction A जर आपण घेतली, RA into 4, correct. So RA into 4, it is rotating clockwise, therefore positive, minus small UDL AQ 4 मीटरचा UDL चा आपण पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट केले, त्याची मॅग्निट्यूड किती आले 40 into मल्टिप्लाइंग डिस्टन्स 2 मीटर. जो काय पॉइंट लोड आपण इथं कन्वर्ट केलाय तो पण बरोबर सेंटरलाच ऍक्ट झालेला आहे, म्हणजे त्या पॉइंट लोडचं आणि ह्या क्यू मधलं डिस्टन्स किती असणार आहे तुमचं 2 मीटर. देन व्हॉट विल बी द फायनल आन्सर? प्लीज टेल मी. RA means 40 into 4 minus 40 into 80 kilonewton meter. Compare this value with remaining bending moment at point A, 0, no problem. Bending moment at point B, 0, no problem. Bending moment at point C, you can see here 60 kilonewton meter, but bending moment at Q is the 80 kilonewton meter. That means if I will compare the bending moment value of point Q to the another values, the bending moment at point Q will be maximum, and that point is called as a maximum bending moment. So I will draw the bending moment diagram now. So now this Q point also I have to take bottom side, their projections, because this is the maximum bending moment point. This is point A, this is point Q, this is point C, and this is point P. This is the horizontal line. Bending moment at point A is equal to 0. Bending moment at point Q 80 kilonewton. So this is 80 kilonewton meter. Bending moment at point C 60 kilonewton meter, and bending moment at point B is equal to 0. So these are the 2 points. But in case of a shear force diagram, the UDL can be replaced by the inclined line. You can see in the figure. From point A to point C, UDL is there, and that UDL can be represented by the inclined line. You can see from this particular point A to point C, I have drawn the inclined line. But in case of a bending moment diagram, the UDL can be represented by the parabolic curve. So here, this AQ distance I have to draw by the curve. Then AC distance in between QC, again UDL is there, therefore this is also curve. And this CB distance, there is no any load, so draw the inclined line. From point A to C, all the points are joined by the parabolic curve. In case of a shear force diagram, the UDL is represented by the inclined line, which is represented by this particular point A, and point C are joined by the inclined line. But in case of a bending moment diagram, this point A and C are represented by the parabolic curve, and this diagram is called as a BMD. This is positive, and you can see here in the figure, the point Q is called as a point of contra shear, because at this particular point the shear force is 0. But in case of a bending moment diagram, the bending moment is maximum. 60 kilonewton is present at point C, but at point Q, 80 kilonewton meter is present, which is more than the 60 kilonewton meter. Means your definition is satisfied. That is, it is the point at which the shear force is 0, but bending moment is maximum. So this is the one problem related to the UDL. So what I have done, we have converted initially for the reaction calculation, the total UDL is converted into the point load, 60 kilonewton you got. Then summation of vertical forces and summation of EMA is equal to 0. From that we have calculated the two reactions, that is RA and RB. Then we have gone for the SF calculation. SF calculation at each and every point without load and with load condition we have considered for the that point where the point load or the reactions are applied. Okay. Then after the SF calculation, it has been observed that in SF diagram you will get one point which is called as a point of contra shear. That means Q point is there. Okay. But we don't have any distance between A and Q. AQ चा distance आपल्याला माहित नाही. तर जो काय AC मधला पोर्शन आहे तो AC मधला पोर्शन मी इथं ड्रॉ केला. I have applied the similar triangle rule, means x upon 40 divided by 6 minus x upon 20. From that I have calculated the x distance. Okay. Then in the bending moment calculation, bending moment at point A, bending moment at point B is equal to 0. Bending moment at point C, I have taken the two forces. One is reaction RA and another is UDL of 6 meter. Point C ला काढताना बेंडिंग मोमेंट सगळा UDL आपण कन्सिडर केलेला आहे. पण पॉइंट Q ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना टोटल 6 मीटरचा UDL कन्सिडर केला आहे. त्यामुळे आपण मॅग्निट्यूड घेताना 60 किलोन्यूटन घेतले. बट व्हाईल कॅल्क्युलेटिंग द बेंडिंग मोमेंट ऍट पॉइंट Q वी हॅव टेकन द UDL ऑफ 4 मीटर ओनली. त्यामुळे त्याची मॅग्निट्यूड किती आलंय 10 into 4 ऍज अ 40. जसं 6 मीटर हा सेंट्रल ऍक्ट झाला, 3 मीटर, तसंच हा दुसरा मॉडिफाईड UDL 4 मीटरचा UDL तो पण सेंट्रल ऍक्ट झाला. तो म्हणजे किती 2 मीटर फ्रॉम द पॉइंट A अँड 2 मीटर फ्रॉम द पॉइंट Q. सो डोंट फॉरगेट, समटाइम्स यू आर टेकिंग ओनली वन फोर्स. ह्या पॉइंट Q च्या लेफ्ट साइडला फक्त एकच फोर्स आहे असं आपण म्हणतो, तो म्हणजे कुठला रिॲक्शन RE. पण हा 4 मीटरचा UDL पण तुम्हाला ओरिजिनल लोडिंग डायग्राम मध्ये दिसतोय. तर त्या 4 मीटरच्या UDLचा पण आपल्याला काय करावं लागतो, पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट करावा लागतो. आणि तो पण पॉइंट लोड त्या पॉइंट Q ला आपल्याला काय करावं लागतो, रिझॉल्व्ह करावा लागतो. त्यामुळे व्यवस्थित बघायचं, ज्या पॉइंटला आपण बेंडिंग मुवमेंट काढतोय त्या पॉइंटच्या लेफ्ट साइडला कुठले कुठले पॉइंट लोड आहेत, आणि जर त्याच्या लेफ्ट साइडला UDL पण असेल तर तेवढ्या मीटरच्या UDLचा पण इफेक्ट आपल्याला BM कॅल्क्युलेशन मध्ये काय करावा लागतो, कन्सिडर करावा लागतो. सो that we have considered in this particular point, that is bending moment at point Q, RA into 40 minus 40 into 2. So like that we got the maximum bending moment as a 80 kilonewton meter. Okay, have you understood this particular problem? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, what about remaining? Everyone has understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I will give one sample problem to you. Just we will solve it. Okay. So in this particular chapter, so many variety of problems are there. If I will change the magnitude, if I will change the distance, if I will change the type of load, you will get the variety of the problem. So it is not possible to take all the types of variety. Only understanding the concept, it is very important. Therefore, if I will change the magnitude of load 20 to 30, your answer will be different. Instead of UDL, if I will give the UDL, your SFD and BMD will be different. Instead of 2-point loads, if I will increase or if I will give the 3-point loads, again your SFD and BMD will be there. Please, so many variety of the problems are there. So it is not possible to take all the varieties. Whatever important numericals are there, through that two numericals we can understood the things. Maybe point of contra shear, point of contra flexure, how to calculate the maximum bending moment. So such types of the problems we will take in this particular chapter, that is SFD and BMD. So 4 to 5 problems we will take on simply supported beam, 4 to 5 problems we will take on the overhanging, and some problems we will take on the cantilever beam. Now I will give the problem to you for your solution. So I will give the loading diagram directly, then you can solve. One simply supported beam is there. Two point loads are there. 50 kilonewton point load is there. 40 kilonewton point load is there, and in between this 2-point load, one UDL is there. Its magnitude is 10 kilonewton meter. You can see the figure. This is point A. This is point B, C, and D. So this is 2 meter, 4 meter, and again 2 meter. So please check the loading diagram. In that particular loading diagram, one simply supported beam is there, and that simply supported beam is subjected to the 2-point loads. One point load is applied at point C. Its magnitude is 50 kilonewton. Another point load is applied at point D. Its magnitude is 40 kilonewton. And in between C and D, again one UDL is there, and that UDL value is 10 kilonewton meter. Draw the SFD and BMD for this particular beam and calculate the maximum bending moment. Similar to the previous problem, you have to calculate the maximum bending moment. Now go for the calculation immediately. At least start with the reaction calculation first. But here UDL is there, means you have to convert that particular UDL into the point load. So one more loading diagram you have to draw here. Take the projection lines below. Okay. One more loading diagram you have to draw because UDL is given. So this reaction RA as it is. This is reaction RA, means point A is there. This is reaction RB, means point B is there. This is point C. Original points only you have to locate. This is point D. The load applied at point C, 50 kilonewton. Load applied at point D, 40 kilonewton. What will be the magnitude of the point load when UDL is converted? Please tell me. What will be the magnitude of point load when UDL is converted into the point load? W
40.
into L.
40 kilonewton.
40. So always, whenever we are converting UDL into the point load, that point load should be indicated by the dotted line. किंवा तुमच्याकडे जर कलर पेन असतील किंवा असेच पेन्सिल वगैरे असेल तर तो काय आपण UDL जो पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट करतोय तो वेगळ्या कलर ने किंवा डॉटेड लाईन ने इंडिकेट करा जेणेकरून ते आपल्याला अंडरस्टँड होतंय. हियर आय विल इंडिकेट बाय द dotted line, that is 10 into 4 is equal to 40 kilonewton, and it will be acts at the center. So this is 2 meter, this is 2 meter, and this is the P point. Let us assume that this is point P. Point P जरी आपल्याला त्याला नाव दिलं तरी चालतंय. Point P म्हणजे CP डिस्टन्स झालं 2 मीटर and PD डिस्टन्स पण झालं 2 मीटर. Getting? UDL we have converted into the point load by using the formula W into L. So W is 10. Total length is 4. 10 into 4, 40 kilonewton. And it will be acts at the center. So that center point can be represented by the point P. That means CP distance is 2 meter. PD distance is also 2 meter. Now go for the reaction calculation. Reaction calculation. The forces which are moving upward, positive. The forces which are moving downward, negative. Summation of VFV is equal to 0. Summation of VFV, you have to take all the forces. So start from the left side. Reaction RA positive, minus 50, 1 point load moving in the downward direction, minus 40, means UDL is converted into the point load. Again minus 40, because one more point load is there, and plus RB is equal to 0. Therefore, RA plus RB is equal to, yes, what is RA plus RB?
130.
130 kilonewton. This is the equation number 1. I request all the students, please do the calculation and try to represent your reaction values in the chat box. Yes, RA plus RB is equal to 130. Now, second, summation of MA is equal to 0. That means you have to take the bending moment at point A. Point A ला bending moment करताना त्याच्या right side चे सगळे forces आपल्याला काय करायचे? Resolve करायचे. Therefore, summation of EMA, one load is applied at point C. This 50 kilonewton, it is rotating clockwise direction. Therefore, 50 into 2 plus
14 to 4.
into the point load. 14 to
4.
4 plus another point 14 to
6.
6. RB is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, in bracket minus RB into total
8.
distance
8.
is equal to 0. Therefore, RB is equal to, tell me the value. Represent your reaction calculation in the chat box. Yes, RB 52.5 or only 50 kilonewton. Do the calculations properly.
$62.5.
62 point.
62.5.
Okay. 62.5 kilo Newton. Yes, 62.5 RB is the correct. Now we are having the second formula. RA plus RB is equal to 130 kilonewton. Therefore, RA plus 62.5 is equal to 130 kilonewton. What is the value of RA then?
67.5.
67.5 kilonewton. If I will do the addition of RA and RB, whether it becomes 130, summation of forces moving in the downward direction is equal to summation of forces moving in the upward direction. Whether you will get 62.5 plus 67.5, you will get 130.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If 130, it will be satisfied, then your reactions are 100% correct. So represent RA is equal to 67.5 and RB is equal to 62.5 kilonewton. So go for the SF calculation. Those who have not done, please do the calculations. Very simple. Summation of vertical forces is equal to 0 and summation of EMA is equal to 0. But while calculating the summation of EMA, try to multiply the distance properly. If you made the mistake while multiplying the distances to that particular load, your reactions will be wrong. If your reactions will be wrong, your SF calculation and BM calculation also wrong. Therefore, at the end, please make the addition of RA and RB and check with number of forces which are applied in the downward direction. दोन्ही रिएक्शनची जर बेरीज सगळ्या अप्लाय झालेल्या फोर्स एवढी जर येत असेल, then your reaction calculation will be correct. Okay, now reactions are calculated. Now go for the SF calculation. SF calculation. Again, start from left side. The forces which are moving upward, take positive. The forces which are moving downward, take negative. Now start with the point A. Shear force at A. Now tell me the answers. Shear force at A, what condition I have to take? Without load, 0 kilonewton. Shear force at A with load, what will be the magnitude?
67.5.
Yes, 67.5 kilonewton. Then next point, shear force at original loading diagram. C point is there. Shear force at point C. You can check point load is present, 50 kilonewton point load is there. Therefore, again we have to take without load and with load. Without load, what is the magnitude? Shear force at point C without load. How many forces are present to the left side of the point C during without load condition?
1.
67.
Only one, that is 67.5 kilonewton. Similarly, shear force at C with load. With load means effect of that point also we have to consider 67.5 minus 50 because 50 is moving in the downward direction. What will be the answer?
17.5.
17.5.
How much?
17.5.
17.5 kilonewton. Then shear force at, tell me the point, whether P point we have to consider or D point we have to consider.
D.
D.
D. Don't take the point P. तो पॉइंट फक्त आपण यूडीएलचा पॉइंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलेला पॉइंट लोड दाखवण्यासाठी आपण फक्त पॉइंट पी काय करतोय रिप्रेझेंट करतोय. सो डोंट टेक द शियर फोर्स कॅल्क्युलेशन ऍट पॉइंट पी बट ऍट पॉइंट डी again 40 kilonewton point load is there. Therefore, again at point D without load, tell me number of forces present to the left side. Number of forces present to the
3.
left side of the point D.
3.
How many?
3.
3 forces are there. One reaction RA, then one point load 50 kilonewton, and that UDL is converted into the point load. That 40 kilonewton is also present to the left side. So 67.5 positive because moving upward, minus 50 minus 40 is equal to. Tell me the answer. Three forces are present to the left side. Out of that, one is moving upward, remaining two are moving downward. Yes, without
Minus
load.
22.5.
Minus 22.5 kilonewton. Then shear force at D with load. With load. Without load, already we have calculated minus 22.5. With load means we have to consider the effect of that point load also. How much amount of point load is applied at point D? Minus 40. Then I think 62 point or minus 62.5.
Minus 62.5.
Minus 62.5 kilonewton. Without load, minus 22.5 kilonewton. And with load means effect of that point load also we have to consider. It is moving it downward, therefore minus 40. And then last point, shear force at D, again reaction is there, therefore without load. Now please tell me how many forces are present to the left side?
4.
Left side of the point B, how many forces are there?
4.
4 forces are there. Out of that, 3 are negative, 1 is positive. Positive means 67.5 minus 50 minus 40 again minus 40 is equal to minus 62.5 kilonewton. And last, shear force at B with load. With load, without load already we have calculated minus 62.5. With load, RB is moving in the upward direction. Therefore,
0.
plus 62.5. You will get the
0.
0 kilonewton. You can see at the start point 0 is there, end point is also 0 is there. That means your middle calculation will be correct. Wherever we have taken the without load and with load, please understand that concept. Wherever the point load is there or wherever the reaction is there, at that point only we have taken without load and with load. And at what point we are taking, please count the number of forces which are present to the left side. ज्या पॉइंटला आपण शियर फोर्स काढतोय त्या पॉइंटच्या लेफ्ट साइडला किती नंबर ऑफ फोर्सेस आहेत, दॅट ऑल्सो व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट ड्युरिंग द एसएफ कॅल्क्युलेशन. Yes, now go for the SFD. This is point A, C, D, and B. Shear force at point A without load, 0. This is the 0 line. Shear force at point A with load, positive value is there. So this is positive value. How much? 67.5 kilonewton. Okay. Then shear force at point C. Shear force at point C without load, again 67.5. So I will draw the horizontal line. Again 67.5 kilonewton. Shear force at point C with load 17.5. त्याच लाईनवर 2 पॉइंट आहेत. 17.5 म्हणजे खालच्या बाजूला. This is 17.5 kilonewton. Shear force at point D without load minus 22.5. That means from positive, your magnitude will be changed to the negative. Therefore, here I will represent this point minus 22.5 kilonewton. And both the lines, the C and D points, can be joined by the inclined line. This is the inclined line. Without load we have taken, with load magnitude minus 62.5. So below this is minus 62.5. Then shear force at point B without load minus 62. So horizontal line minus 62.5 kilonewton, and with load directly is equal to 0. So this is your SFD. So this is the positive and this is the negative. One more point you got in between C and D. C and D मध्ये एक पॉइंट मिळतोय, त्याला आपण काय म्हणूया? Q म्हणूया. What that point indicates? Once again. Yes.
Point of contra shear.
Point of contra shear. It is the point at which shear force changes its sign from positive to negative. म्हणजे point Q लाच तुमचा sign change झालाय positive to negative. Also at that point shear force is 0. Point Q is present on the horizontal line. Therefore this is called as a point of contra shear. Okay. So this is the SF calculation. Now the point of contra shear, it is represented by the Q, where the shear force is 0. Means at that particular point Q only bending moment will be maximum. Please keep in mind, point Q ला bending moment काय असणार आहे? Maximum असणार आहे. तर assume that this CQ distance आपल्याला माहित नाही. तो काय सेंटर, जरी तो सेंटरला दिसत असेल तर ते डिस्टन्स बरोबर सेंटरला नाही. तो CQ distance will be X. Then what will be the QD distance from the figure? Please tell me. CQ is the X. What will be the QD? If CQ distance is
4
the
minus
X,
6.
4 minus X.
6.
TD distance तुम्हाला माहित आहे ओरिजिनल फिगर मध्ये 4 मीटर. Therefore QD is equal to 4 minus X. Means before going to the bending moment calculation, first of all we have to calculate the X distance. If such types of the triangles will be observed in the shear force diagram, 101% you have to go for the X distance calculation, because without X distance calculation it is not possible to calculate the maximum bending moment value. Okay. Now we'll go for the X distance calculation. So once again I will draw the portion C and D. In portion CD, from point C to up to the point D, whatever the portion is present, two triangles are there. That triangles I will draw. Let us see here. This is point C. This is point Q. This is point D. This is X. This is 4 minus X. The magnitude 17.5 ट्रायंगल कुठं संपतोय बघा, 17.5 जी काय मॅग्निट्यूड आहे तिथं ट्रायंगल संपतोय. तसंच खालच्या बाजूला जे काय निगेटिव्ह ट्रायंगल आहे तो कुठल्या मॅग्निट्यूडला संपतोय ट्रायंगल, तर -22.5. डोंट टेक द -62.5 कारण तिथून तुमची व्हर्टिकल लाईन आहे. सिमिलरली at the top figure, don't take the 67.5 because your triangle will be end at this particular point only. Therefore, here 17.5 and here 22.5. Don't take the negative sign. Okay. So here if I will apply the similar triangle rule, so x upon 17.5 is equal to 4 minus x upon 22.5. Don't take the negative sign for the 22.5. Take it as a positive. Therefore, 22.5 into x is equal to 17.5 in bracket 4 minus x. Therefore, 22.5 into x is equal to 17.5 into 4 minus 17.5 into x. Therefore, 22.5 x plus this minus 17.5 is present at the right side. It is negative. If I will take to the left side, it becomes positive. And 17.5 into 4. Therefore, x is equal to 17.5 into 4 divided by x जर कॉमन केलं तर राहते ब्रॅकेट मध्ये 22.5 plus 17.5. What will be your x distance? Go for the cross multiplication properly and then only calculate the x distance. Tell me the x distance.
$1.75.
1.76.
1.75.
Yes, everyone has got 1.75 meter.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
X means CQ distance, 1.75 meter. In original figure also, you have to represent this particular distance because this distance is important to convert the UDL into the point load. So X is equal to 1.75 meter. म्हणजे Q ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना जे काही UDL आहे, जसं D ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना आपल्याला सगळं 4 मीटरचे 4 मीटर UDL आपल्याला काय करावं लागतंय, कन्सिडर करावं लागतंय. सिमिलरली while calculating the bending moment at point Q, Q च्या लेफ्ट साइडला किती मीटरचं UDL असणार आहे तर 1.75 मीटरचं पण UDL आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल, कन्सिडर करावं लागेल. Have you calculated the x distance, everyone? Okay. Now we'll go for the BM calculation. BM calculation. Again, clockwise movement positive, anti-clockwise movement negative. Start with the first point. BM at A, end point is there. I will write direct 0 kilonewton meter. BM at C. Yes. How many forces are present to the left side of the point C?
1.
Only one force is
One.
there, that is reaction, and that reaction will be rotate in clockwise direction to this
Positive.
particular point C. Therefore, RA into 2. RA into 2 is equal to, value of RA is equal to 67.5 into 2. What is the bending moment at point C? Do the calculation. Tell me the answer.
135.
135 kilonewton meter. Then next point, BM at after point C, don't take the point P. Figure मध्ये जर तुम्हाला point P दिसत असेल, it is only for the indication purpose. So directly after point C, bending moment at point D. How many forces are present to the left side of the point D?
3.
Three forces are present. One is reaction, another is 50 kilonewton force, and third one is a total 4 meter UDL is converted into the point load, means 10 into 40 is equal to 4. That means whatever the point load is indicated by the dotted line, that dotted line is also present to the left side. So start with the one by one. So first RA. RA means 67.5 into distance, AD distance.
6.
6 meter, correct. 6. This 50 kilonewton will be rotated in anti-clockwise direction. So minus 50 into distance.
4.
Distance between C and D, directly it is given on the figure. 60 into 4. Again, whatever the UDL we have converted into the point load, which is indicated by the dotted line. This is 40 kilonewton force. It is also rotated in anti-clockwise direction, and distance between P and D, how much?
2.
2 meter. Therefore, minus 40 into 2. What will be the bending moment at point D?
125.
125?
125.
Yes?
125.
125. Okay.
Yes, sir.
125 kilonewton meter. After point D, bending moment at B, end point is there, 0 kilonewton meter. Now these are the bending moment calculation for the original points A, B, C and D. But in addition to that, in shear force diagram, you got one point which is called as a point Q, and that point is called as a point of contra shear, where shear force is 0. But at that particular point Q, the bending moment will be maximum. So we have to calculate the maximum bending moment also. Therefore, here maximum BM calculation at point Q. Therefore, BM at Q. Tell me, how many forces are there?
2.
To the left side of the point Q, how many forces are there?
2.
2 forces.
3 forces.
3 for
Anyone?
3.
You can see, while calculating the bending moment at point D, D ला बेंडिंग मोमेंट काढताना आपण किती फोर्सेस घेतले होते? 3. एक म्हणजे रिएक्शन RA, दुसरा म्हणजे हा 50 किलोन्यूटनचा फोर्स, आणि तिसरा म्हणजे हा UDL, कारण हा टोटल UDL ह्या पॉइंट D च्या लेफ्ट साइडलाच आहे. त्यामुळे 10 into 40 आपण 40 किलोन्यूटन पण काय केला? कन्सिडर केला. सिमिलरली, while calculating the bending moment at point Q, again 3 forces are there. If I will shift this particular point Q in the original loading diagram, you can see, I will indicate by the dotted line. If I will indicate this particular point Q in the original loading diagram, बघा वरच्या बाजूला पॉइंट C आणि D च्या मध्ये Q डिस्टन्स आहे, आणि ते CQ डिस्टन्स 1.75 meter. Now tell me how many forces are there? One reaction RE is there, another 50 kilonewton point load is there. In addition to that, to the left side of this particular point Q, this small UDL is also present, which is represented by the CQ. जसं D ला पॉइंट मुवमेंट घेताना आपण टोटल 4 मीटरचं UDL आपण कन्सिडर केलं होतं. Similarly, while taking the bending moment at point Q, we have to consider the UDL of 1.75 meter. Okay, so the 3 forces are present. First force is 67.5 into, tell me, the distance between AQ.
375.
Distance between
3.75.
AQ. Yes?
3.75.
3.75.
3.75. 3.75 minus 50 into another point load. 50 is rotated in anti-clockwise, therefore minus 50. Distance between C and Q, how much?
1.75.
1.75, correct. 1.75 minus, now this calculation is very important. So first of all, 1.75 meter UDL also we have to convert into the point load, correct? So how to convert that UDL into the point load? So here I will write magnitude will be same, 10. So 10 into 1.75. This is W. Multiply by distance, 1.75 divided by. Getting? 1.75 means your W. Multiply by distance. Because whenever this small UDL will be converted into the point load, you can see in the figure, 1.75 into 2. And जसं हे मोठं UDL 4 मीटरच्या 2 मीटर इकडे 2 मीटर इकडे जसं ऍक्ट झालं होतं, तसं हे स्मॉल UDLचं पण आपण पॉईंट लोड मध्ये कन्वर्ट केल्यानंतर ते बरोबर सेंटरला ऍक्ट होणार आहे, म्हणजे 1.75 डिवाइडेड बाय 2. सो व्हॉट विल बी द आन्सर? 1.75 डिवाइडेड बाय 2. 1.75 divided by 2.
0.875.
0.875 from the point C and 0.875 from the point Q. So here I have written minus 10 into 1.75 means your total W means UDL is converted into the point load and multiply by 1.75 divided by 2. म्हणजे distance मध्ये आपण काय केलं? Multiply केलं. What will be the magnitude? What is the bending moment at point Q? Do the calculations properly.
150.31.
Yes.
150.31.
150.31 kilonewton meter. Please check your answers. Others, yes, 150.31.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you compare the bending moment value of point Q with the another points, at point A, 0 is there. So it is maximum. At point B, again 0 is there. At point C, 135 is there. And at point D, 125 is there. That means 150.31 is the maximum bending moment value. Kilonewton meter. Now you have to draw the bending moment diagram. So again horizontal line. So this is point A. This is point C. Q also I have to represent. Q. This is D. And this is B. So starting from point A, 0 is there. Then point C, bending moment at point C, 135. Only I have to indicate the point. This is 135. 135 kilonewton meter. The next point is Q. Just now we have calculated. It is maximum value. This is 150.31. Then point D, 125. ये 135 पण तो खाली आला पाहिजे. 125 kilonewton meter and point B directly is equal to 0. Now please tell me, the AC distance is joined by the inclined line or parabolic curve?
Inclined line.
Inclined line. Yes. Inclined line. Now CQ distance.
Parabolic curve.
Parabolic curve, because C and Q, UDL is there. Therefore, this is parabolic. QD distance. Distance QD.
Parabolic curve.
Again parabolic curve, because in between C and D, total UDL is there, and then point D and B.
Inclined line.
Inclined line. This is inclined. This is positive. So you can see 150.31 is the maximum bending moment point. So this represents maximum BM. It is the point at which the shear force is 0, but bending moment is maximum. And also you can see in shear force diagram, the point loads are represented by the horizontal or vertical line, but in bending moment diagram, point loads are point loads are indicated by the inclined line. In shear force diagram, UDL is represented by the inclined line from C to D, but in case of a bending moment diagram, same UDL can be represented by the parabolic curve. You have to write down this word also. Parabolic curve C to D. Then that examiner can easily understood. Parabolic curve in bracket C to D. So like that, this is your original loading diagram where UDL is converted into the point load. Then this is your SFD and this is your BMD. And from the calculation also, it has been observed that at point Q, the bending moment will be maximum. And that point is called as a point of contra shear, where shear force is 0 and bending moment will be maximum. Same procedure we have followed, whatever we have followed for the previous problem, in which we have gone for the reaction calculation, then SF calculation. After the SF calculation, if I will draw the diagram, I got the new point, which is called as a point Q. And that point Q is called as a point of contra shear. But at that particular point, always bending moment will be maximum. But it is not possible to calculate the maximum bending moment without x distance calculation. So what I have taken, I have applied the similar triangle rule. X upon 17.5 divided by 4 minus x is equal to 4 minus x divided by 22.5. And then by the cross multiplication, I have calculated the x distance. That x distance I have represented on the shear force diagram. And then I have calculation. I have gone for the calculation of bending moment for the original points A, B, C, and D. And for the maximum bending moment calculation, again, I have considered the three forces. Three forces in the sense, reaction RA, 50 kilonewton force is there. And to the left side of the point Q, one small UDL is there. And the length of that particular small UDL is 1.75 meter. But that UDL I have converted into the point load, that is 10 into 1.75. This is the W, and it will be X at the center. Therefore, 1.75 divided by 2, and you will get the bending moment at point Q is equal to 150.31 kilonewton meter, which represents the maximum bending moment. This is also one sample problem which is related to the point load is given, UDL is given, and in that also we have gone for the calculation of maximum bending moment as well as x distance calculation. Yes, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, there are so many variety of the problems are there. If I will change the position of point load, if I will change the position of UDL, if I will change the magnitude of point load, if I will change the magnitude of the UDL, again the variety of the problems can be generated. So we will take some of the important problems through which you can understood all the types of concept. Now we have discussed about the point load. We have solved the problem based on the UDL. Now we will take one problem based on the couple. If the beam is subjected to the couple, how to go for the calculation. Now I will give the problem. Very simple problem is there. So this is the simply supported beam. Point A is there, point B is there, and it is subjected to the two couples. So one couple is applied at point C, another couple is applied at point D. So whatever the couple is applied at point C, it is rotating in the clockwise direction. Its magnitude is 60 kilonewton meter. Another couple is applied at point D. Its magnitude is 80 kilonewton meter. The total distance, AB distance is 3 meter. BC distance is 4 meter. And remaining DB distance is again 3 meter. This is the figure. You can see the simply supported beam is there, which is supported at point A and at point B, and it is subjected to only two couples. The magnitude of the first couple, which is applied at point C, 60 kilonewton meter. Couple means force into distance. So already 60 kilonewton meter, already it is given in kilonewton meter. 80 kilonewton meter, that means force into perpendicular distance. Already it is given with the multiplication of distance. Force into distance, directly they have given. And we have to draw the SFD and BMD. Okay, so now here there is no any point load, there is no any UDL, only it is subjected to the two couples which are rotated in the clockwise direction. Now we can go for the reaction calculation, very simple. Calculate the RA and RB immediately and tell me the answer. Reaction calculation is very simple. Reactions. Summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. The effect of couple will not be considered in the reaction calculation or in the shear force calculation because couple is kilonewton meter. Summation of vertical forces means we are considering only forces whose unit is kilonewton, but the unit of the couple is kilonewton meter. Therefore, its effect will not be considered in the summation of vertical forces. So, according to this, please tell me how many forces are there on the beam?
Two.
Yes, how many forces are there?
RA
Two
and
forces
RB.
are there. Which are?
RA and RB.
RA and RB. Therefore, directly I will write RA plus RB is equal to 0 kilonewton. Because not a single force which is applied in the downward direction. Now, summation of MA is equal to 0. Moment at point A is equal to 0. Now, please tell me how many forces are present to the right side of point A? How many forces are present?
One.
एक force present है. But the two couples are also present. One couple is 60 kilonewton meter, another couple is 80 kilonewton meter. That means while taking the summation of MA, means we are taking the moment. That means the effect of moment we have to consider in the BM calculation. So therefore, the first couple, whether it is rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise,
Clockwise.
so plus 60, only plus 60, don't multiply 60 into 3 because distance between A and C will be 3 meter. Don't multiply by 3 meter once again because already the couple at point C is given in 60 kilonewton meter. जर फोर्स असेल तरच त्या फोर्सनं आपल्याला त्याला काय करावं लागतं, त्या डिस्टन्सनं काय करावं लागतं, मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागतं. Therefore plus 60 plus second couple 80 minus, tell me,
RA into 10.
RB into 10 is equal to 0. So don't forget about taking the couple in the bending moment calculation. If you take directly RB into 10, it is not possible to go for the reaction calculation. Therefore, take the effect of couple also, but while taking the effect of couple, don't multiply by the distance. Take the couple value as it is in the BM calculation. So 140 is equal to RB into 10. So what will be the RB value?
14.
40 kilonewton. And RA value?
Sir, 14. No.
Yes?
14.
14 kilonewton. And then what will be the RA value? Yes?
Minus 14.
Minus 14 kilonewton minus 14 kilonewton. RB is equal to 14 and RA is equal to minus 14 kilonewton. Maybe this beam is supported, whatever the support is given, that support will be given maybe in the downward direction. So in the figure, I can represent that particular RA maybe in the downward direction or maybe in the upward direction. So is equal to minus 14 kilonewton, and here it is equal to 14 kilonewton. Now go for the SF calculation. SF calculation is very simple. SF calculation. Start with the first point. SF at A. SF at A. As the reaction is present, therefore we have to take the without load and with load. So without load 0 kilonewton. SF at A with load. With load means we have calculated the reaction value minus 14 kilonewton. Then SF at point C. At point C, not a single force is applied. At point C, not a single force is applied. At point D, not a single force is applied. Then at point C, if I have to calculate the shear force at point C, how many forces are present to the left side?
1.
At point D, how many forces are present to the left side?
1.
1. Don't consider the effect of couple in the SF calculation. Therefore, SF at point C means minus 14 kilonewton. Again, SF at D again minus 14 kilonewton. And the last point, SF at B. Here we have to take without load. Again, how many forces are present to the left side of the point B without load?
1.
Again, one force, again minus 14 kilonewton. And last, SF at B with load minus 14, RB is 14 is equal to 0. Therefore, at the start, 0 kilonewton is there, at the end, 0 kilonewton is there. So your middle calculation will be correct. Now draw the SFD immediately. This is point A, C, D, and point B. Shear force at point A without load 0. Shear force at point A with load minus 14 kilonewton. You can see minus 14 म्हणजे फिगरच्या खालच्या बाजूला येणार minus 14 kilonewton. Shear force at point C minus 14. Shear force at point D minus 14. Shear force at point B without load minus 14 kilonewton, minus 14 kilonewton, minus 14 kilonewton, and shear force at point B with load 0. Means whatever shear force diagram we have drawn, that shear force diagram will be in the negative region. So whatever the shear force is applied at point A minus 14, same it will be continue up to the point B. At point C also minus 14, at point D also minus 14, at point B also minus 14 kilonewton. The effect of couple will not be considered in the BM. Effect of couple will not be considered in the shear force calculation, but their effect we have to consider in the BM calculation. But the summation of MA asू द्या किंवा bending moment calculation at each point asू द्या. But while taking the effect of couple in the BM calculation, don't multiply by the distance. Now BM calculation आता in this particular figure you will not get any point of contra shear, you will not got any point of contra flexure, so need not require to go for the X distance calculation. Now BM calculation. Third, BM calculation. Clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. BM at A is equal to 0 kilonewton meter. Now Bm at C, you can see here at point C couple is also there. Here also we have to apply the without couple and with couple condition in SF calculation. Wherever the point load is there, wherever the reaction is there, at that point, if I am calculating the shear force, I am taking the two conditions: shear force at point A without load and shear force at point A with load. If one more point is present at the point B, again shear force at point B without load, shear force at point B with load. Similarly, if your beam is subjected to the couple, in the shear force calculation, the effect of couple is totally neglected. But in BM calculation, the effect of couple we have to take in the form of without couple and with couple. Now, bending moment at point C without couple. How many forces are present to the left side of the point C?
One.
One force is present. Okay, it is rotating clockwise direction or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Let us see. Means RA into distance. RA into
3.
RA into 3. So minus 40 into 3. What is the value? Minus 42 kilonewton.
42.
This is the without couple. Now at same point, bending moment at C with couple. Without couple, already I have calculated minus 42. With couple, whether couple is considered, if I will consider the effect of couple, now whether I take the positive value or negative value according to the direction of couple. Positive. Therefore, minus 42 plus 60. Don't multiply by distance. Yes, what will you do?
18.
18 kilonewton meter. Similarly, BM at D without couple. How many forces are present to the left side? How many forces are there?
1.
टू फोर्सेस म्हणजे एक फोर्स आहे आणि एक कपल आहे. सिमिलर तो RA into distance, RA into distance 7 is positive. Yes, RA into distance, it is positive. Plus 60. RA is equal to minus 40 into 7 plus 60. What is the value?
38.
Minus 38 kilonewton. This is without couple. BM at D with couple. So minus 38 already I have calculated. Then with couple means
Plus 80.
plus 80 is equal to how much?
42.
42 kilonewton meter. And last point, BM at B is equal to 0 kilonewton meter. Now this is the BM calculation. What I have done, wherever the couple is applied, at that particular couple point, I have calculated the bending moment 2 times. One is without couple and another is with couple. But while taking the effect of couple, I have taken its direction only, but I have not multiplied by the distances because couple value is already given in the form of kilonewton meter. Therefore, this is about the BM calculation. Now, go for the diagram. This is point A, C, D, and B. Bending moment at point A, 0. Bending moment at point C, how much? Minus
42.
So minus 42 kilonewton meter without couple. With couple,
18
means from negative the value becomes positive. 18 एकाच लाइन वर 2 पॉइंट आहेत. Then bending moment at point D without couple,
minus 38
minus 38. Again from positive it becomes negative. So this is minus 38 kilonewton meter. Bending moment at point D with couple
42.
42. Again from negative,
Positive.
it becomes positive. So here 42 kilonewton meter. The effect of couple will not be considered in the shear force, but if the effect of couple will be considered in the bending moment diagram, all the points can be joined by the inclined line. Sorry. First of all, this 42 point is there, then this vertical line is there, then from positive to negative, then vertical line is there, and then from so this is your first positive region, first negative region, then positive, then negative, and then positive. And this particular diagram is called as a BMD. Now, please tell me, in between point C and D, you will get one new point. Let us assume that Q. This point Q is called as
Point of contra shear.
Point of contraflexure.
flexure. Please keep in mind. Point of contraflexure. It is the point at which bending moment changes its sign from positive to negative. That point is called as a point of contraflexure, as well as it is the point at which bending moment is zero. Point of contra shear means shear force changes the sign from positive to negative, and at that point shear force is always zero. That point is point of contra shear. But point of contraflexure means it is the point at which bending moment changes from positive to negative, and that point the bending moment will be always is equal to zero. So this point Q is called as a point of contraflexure. So please keep in mind the difference between this problem and the previous problem. In the shear force calculation, if the point load is there, for that particular point load, I am taking the without load and with load condition. And if the beam is subjected to the couple, the effect of couple will not be considered in the vertical forces, summation of vertical forces. In shear force calculation also, effect of couple will not be considered because it is given in kilonewton meter. But the effect of couple will be considered in the summation of MA calculation as well as in the bending moment calculation. But while considering the effect of couple, don't multiply by the distances. Only we have to take that magnitude as it is, but we have to consider its direction. If it is rotated in the clockwise, take positive. If it is rotated in anti-clockwise, take negative. So this is about the one problem where the beam is subjected to the two couples which are rotated in the clockwise directions. Have you understood this particular problems? How to take the without couple and with couple condition?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about others?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So with this, today we will stop here. In the next lecture, we will start with the new type of the beam, which is called as a overhanging beam.